Hello there, and welcome to the Unadorned Bible, the channel where we're reading through the Bible chronologically in 1 year. Today is day 49 of that journey. If this is your first time with us, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for taking time out of your day. The reading for today is Leviticus 21 through 22, as always, read from the New Revised Standard Version Updated Edition. Let's dive in. The Lord said to Moses, "Speak to the priests, the sons of Aaron, and say to them, no one shall define himself for a dead person among his relatives, except for his nearest kin, his mother, his father, his son, his daughter, his brother. Likewise, for a virgin sister close to him because she has no husband, he may defile himself for her. But he shall not defile himself for those related to him by marriage and so profane himself. They shall not make bald spots upon their heads or shave off the edges of their beards or make any gashes in their flesh. They shall be holy to their God and not profane the name of their God. But they offer the Lord's offerings by fire, the food of their God. Therefore shall they be holy. They shall not marry a prostitute or a woman who has been defiled, neither shall they marry a woman divorced from her husband, for they are holy to their God. And you shall treat them as holy, since they offer the food of your God. They shall be holy to you. For I, the Lord, I who sanctify you, am holy. When the daughter of a priest profanes herself through prostitution, she profanes her father. She shall be burned to death. The priest who is exalted above his brothers, on whose head the anointing oil has been poured, and who has been consecrated to wear the vestments, shall not dishevel his hair nor tear his vestments. He shall not go where there is a dead body. He shall not defile himself even for his father or mother. He shall not go outside the sanctuary and thus profane the sanctuary of his God. For the consecration of the anointing oil of his God is upon him. I am the Lord. He shall marry only a woman who is a virgin, a widow or a divorced woman, or a woman who has been defiled, a prostitute. These he shall not marry. He shall marry a virgin of his own people, that he may not profane his offspring from his people. For I am the Lord, I sanctify him." The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Speak to Aaron and say, no one of your offspring throughout their generations who has a blemish may approach to offer the food of his God. Indeed, no one who has a blemish shall draw near, one who is blind or lame, or one who is mutilated or deformed, or one who has a broken foot or a broken hand, or a hunchback, or a dwarf, or a man with a defect in his eyes, or an itching disease, or scabs, or crushed testicles. No descendant of Aaron the priest who has a blemish shall come near to offer the Lord's offering by fire. Since he has a blemish, he shall not come near to offer the food of his God. He may eat the food of his God, of the most holy as well as the holy. But he shall not come near the curtain or approach the altar because he has a blemish, that he may not profane my sanctuaries, for I am the Lord, I sanctify them." Thus Moses spoke to Aaron and to his sons and to all the Israelites. Chapter 22. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Direct Aaron and his sons to deal carefully with the sacred donations of the Israelites, which they dedicate to me, so that they may not profane my holy name. I am the Lord. Say to them, if anyone among all of your offspring throughout your generations comes near the sacred donations, which the Israelites dedicate to the Lord, while he is in a state of uncleanness, that person shall be cut off from my presence. I am the Lord. No one of Aaron's offspring who has a defiling skin disease or suffers a discharge may eat of the sacred donations until he is clean. Whoever touches anything made unclean by a corpse or a man who has had an emission of semen, and whoever touches any swarming thing by which he may be made unclean, or any human being by whom he may be made unclean, whatever his uncleanness may be, the person who touches any such shall be unclean until the evening, and shall not eat of the sacred donations unless he has washed his body in water. When the sun sets he shall be clean, and afterward he may eat of the sacred donations, for they are his food. That which died or was torn by wild animals he shall not eat, becoming unclean by it. I am the Lord. They shall keep my charge, so that they may not incur guilt and die because of it, for having profaned them. I am the Lord. I sanctify them. No layperson shall eat of the sacred donations. No bound or hired servant of the priest shall eat of the sacred donations. But if a priest acquires anyone by purchase, the person may eat of them, and those who are born in his house may eat of his food. If a priest's daughter marries a layman, she shall not eat of the offering of the sacred donations. But if a priest's daughter is widowed or divorced without offspring, and returns to her father's house, as in her youth, she may eat of her father's food. No layperson shall eat of it. If a man eats of the sacred donation unintentionally, he shall add 1/5 of its value to it and give the sacred donation to the priest. No one shall profane the sacred donations of the Israelites, which they offer to the Lord, causing them to bear guilt, requiring a guilt offering, by eating their sacred donations, for I am the Lord, I sanctify them. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to Aaron and his sons and all the Israelites, and say to them, When anyone of the house of Israel or of the aliens residing in Israel presents an offering, whether in payment of a vow or as a free will offering that is offered to the Lord as a burnt offering, to be acceptable on your behalf, it shall be a male without blemish of the cattle or the sheep or the goats. You shall not offer anything that has a blemish, or it will not be acceptable on your behalf. When anyone offers a sacrifice of well-being to the Lord in fulfillment of a vow or as a free will offering, from the herd or from the flock, for it to be acceptable it must be perfect. There shall be no blemish in it. Anything blind or injured or maimed or having a discharge or an itch or scabs, these you shall not offer to the Lord, or put any of them on the altar as offerings by fire to the Lord. An ox or a lamb that is deformed or stunted you may present for a free will offering, but it will not be accepted for a vow. Any animal that has its testicles bruised or crushed or torn or cut you shall not offer to the Lord. Such you shall not do within your land, nor shall you accept any such animals from a foreigner to offer as food to your God. Since they are mutilated, with a blemish in them, they shall not be accepted on your behalf. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, When an ox or a sheep or a goat is born, it shall remain 7 days with its mother, and from the 8th day on it shall be acceptable as the Lord's offering by fire. But you shall not slaughter from the herd or the flock an animal with its young on the same day. When you sacrifice a thanksgiving offering to the Lord, you shall sacrifice it so that it may be acceptable on your behalf. It shall be eaten on the same day. You shall not leave any of it until morning. I am the Lord. Thus you shall keep my commandments and observe them. I am the Lord. You shall not profane my holy name, that I may be sanctified among the Israelites. I am the Lord. I sanctify you. I who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am the Lord. This ends the reading for today. I hope it finds you well. I hope you have a great day. I hope you come back tomorrow. Take care.